So since we've been talking a little bit about Lazarus here these past few days, I wasn't certain if you were aware, so I thought this would just be a great time to just kind of review the fact that, they were after Lazarus to kill him as well. And maybe you don't know that story. So, because we talked about Lazarus's death in John chapter 11, right? We talked about that. So, you're Lazarus, you're not feeling well. Your sisters are Mary and Martha. Your sister Mary anointed Jesus's feet with oil. So she's close personal friends. You're close personal friends. We know that because it says that Jesus loved Mary and Martha and Lazarus. It tells us that in John 11:5. And so then you are resurrected, as it says in John 11. So Jesus raises you from the dead. He prays to God and says, thank you that you heard me. And now these people will believe that you sent me because Jesus had raised Lazarus from the dead through the power given to him through his dad, right? And then, of course, there's the plot to kill Jesus, because that's what we would do, right? We can't have this guy who is God's son performing all these miracles, so we have to kill him. But they tried to kill Lazarus too. And so imagine you're Lazarus after all those things we just talked about, right? So now in John 12, it says this. Then 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, whom had been dead, whom he had raised from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of those who sat at the table with him. Then Mary took a pound of a very costly oil of spikenard, anointed the feet of Jesus, and wiped his hair with her feet, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the oil. So then, because Lazarus has been resurrected, they want to kill him, because people are like, I saw him, he was dead, right? And through Lazarus's testimony alone, just by being alive, they tried to kill him. So it says this in John 12:9. Now a great many of the Jews knew that he was there, and they came, not for Jesus' sake only, but they might also see Lazarus. So we heard that he raised the guy from the dead, so we want to see it for ourselves. But the chief priests plotted to put Lazarus to death also, because on account of him, many of the Jews went away and believed in Jesus. So think about Lazarus. You're good buddies with Jesus, you die, he raises you, you're sitting there having a meal with him. But by the mere fact that Jesus did a miracle and raised Lazarus from the dead, your life is a walking testimony, because you were dead and now you're not. And because of that alone, people want to kill you. Think about that. The miracle that Jesus did in Lazarus put his life at risk just by the mere fact that Jesus worked a miracle in him. So now his testimony that he wants to tell, I was dead, because remember his sisters are saying, it's going to stink in there and all that. Remember that? I mean, we didn't really talk about it, but if you read it, you read it. So here Lazarus has this opportunity to share his testimony, but the chief priests, they don't like it. They don't want people believing in Jesus, so we'll just kill him too, right? It's kind of crazy the way in which you think, because you think, oh, I'm good, Jesus raised me, but now you got other people trying to kill you. Armor up, we write it, John. May God bless you as always. Have a great day.